Here's your weather video for this Sunday, May the 21st. I'm meteorologist Bill Murray. We had some thunderstorms across Alabama during the afternoon and evening hours on Saturday. Most of them remained below severe limits. There was one severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Barber County. We did have some interesting reports of weekly rotating wall clouds. The shear was just not there for actual tremendous severe weather. Although the instability was pretty good, the mid-level lapse rates, or the amount of cooling with height, just wasn't sufficient for the storms to become especially strong. Still, some folks got some occasional lightning and some very heavy rain. There probably was some small hail in spots, but nothing really to worry about. All that activity was ahead of a cold front, which pushed through Alabama during the overnight hours down in the southeastern part of the state around the Wiregrass right now. Now, over the past 7 days, some folks have actually gotten kind of lucky in the rainfall department. These are rainfall totals over the last 7 days compared against the normal. The areas that are in the shades of yellow and orange are below normal over the last 7 days. And you can see that's a large part of the area. Generally, areas south of I-20, especially from southern Jefferson County through Shelby County over to the east, picked up some very heavy rainfall amounts. And there were some scattered heavier amounts across the north central part of the state, especially there in parts of Coleman and Blount counties. But the potential for rain over the next 7 days is not looking too good. Looking first this morning at those storms as they move through the state yesterday, you can see Middle Tennessee there ahead of a weak and dying mesoconvective complex, had a lot of showers and thunderstorms. And then we saw those storms develop as we expected across Alabama there during the afternoon hours. Some heavier showers and storms there from Coleman up to Fort Payne, especially down there from about Marengo County over to Dallas County. They had some very heavy rainfall amounts, but it was kind of hit or miss if you were in the Birmingham metro area, Tuscaloosa. There were still some storms going on late in the evening across east central Alabama down in the Phoenix City area. And finally, a little line of showers and storms popped up across the middle of the state ahead of that cold front, but it began to weaken as we lost the heat of the day. Looking at the HRRR this morning, showing those showers mainly gone across the state of Alabama. Now they're over in South Carolina and Georgia. And as we go through the day today, you'll notice across Alabama we remain dry. Maybe a shower popping up there between Birmingham and Montgomery, some showers in the Florida Panhandle. And then as we get into the early morning hours on Monday, look, the showers are back. They're making a comeback thanks to an easterly flow that's developing there around low pressure to the east of Alabama. So some showers and thunderstorms back in the forecast on Monday. We don't expect them to be exceptionally strong, but we will deal with them. Probably the clouds and the rain will keep our highs on Monday in mostly in the upper 70s, few lower 80s over south central Alabama. All right, model fans, here's the GFS, our model of choice for today, showing those showers possibly there in the Panhandle. Some hint that a shower or two could wrap back into eastern Alabama tonight. We'll mention that in the forecast. But then as we go into Monday, those showers and a little bit of thunder increases. It looks like fairly good rain chances across the area, 40-50%. Rainfall amounts about 0.4 of an inch on Monday. But as we get into Tuesday, they begin to thin out. Like we said, we'll be in the 70s mostly on Monday, some lower 80s. Tuesday, we probably won't get out of the 70s in most areas. Showers, thunderstorms look fairly common still. There over south central Alabama will begin to dry out from the northeast. As we get into Wednesday, things will be improving. Little breezy on Tuesday, continued breezy on Wednesday thanks to that wedge. Low pressure to the north of us pushing colder air. Not really colder air, but cooler air, more moist air in from the east around the Appalachians. But you can see by Wednesday we're drying out. Sunshine returns. We get back up in the 80s. Thursday, not a bad day, partly cloudy and warm. We'll call for highs again to be in the lower to middle 80s. And then Friday, mostly sunny. Continued warm, afternoon highs again in the lower and middle 80s. You saw a couple of fronts pass through there, looking at the showers moving through with those, and that could happen at any time Thursday or Friday, but I think we're mostly dry. And then as we get into the weekend, it's more of the same, partly cloudy and warm for your Saturday, although that run of the GFS did have some showers in there Friday night and Saturday. I might have to go back and put those in the forecast. if that looks possible. A few showers developing in the sunshine and the warmth of the day on Saturday. Sunday looks mostly dry. Going out to the voodoo period, we continue to be dry as subtropical ridge develops over Alabama and the southeast. But showers begin to move into the area by Thursday night and Friday. That's the 1st and 2nd of June as that ridge begins to break down, and we start to see those ever ubiquitous afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms. The SPC outlooking only a portion of the northern Rockies today for severe weather, and that's a marginal risk there. Eastern Washington and Oregon, parts of Idaho, into eastern or western Montana. It's getting late, as you can tell here. But as we go through time, the outlooks just general thunderstorms there on Monday, and as we get out to the extended period and the longer range, the predictability just too low at this point. These are precipitation amounts from the WPC over the next 120 hours or 5 days going out until Thursday night, showing the heaviest rainfall amount is going to be there in southeast, east central Alabama, thanks to that easterly wedge. That's where the best rain chances will go, but we'll have a fairly pronounced gradient of precipitation there from about 1.25 inches over near Valley in that part of East Alabama to around 0.4 of an inch in the I-59 corridor, to lesser amounts in those areas, especially those areas that really could use more rain. These are temperatures off the National Blended Model showing our coolest day Monday. We're back in the 80s for most of the rest of the week, and sneaking a peek out there into the second week, May 29th, 30th, and 31st, high temperatures hinting to be around 90 degrees. So things are going to be warming up as we go through time. Weather Brains is the weekly netcast. It's all about weather. We'll record it tomorrow night. Sam Lashley from the National Weather Service in Indianapolis will join our very own Scott Martin, and we'll be talking racing weather, and particularly supporting the huge Indianapolis 500 that will be coming up on the Sunday of Memorial Day, that Memorial Day weekend. And Scott has had some experience in forecasting for those race teams. So we'll talk about racing weather, two of our favorite things, racing and weather, here on Weather Brains. Well, that's your weather video for this Sunday, the 21st of May. I'll have notes on the blog and update on the forecast coming up for you. James will be back with two-a-days tomorrow and all through the week. Scott will be doing it the next 2 weekends for me, as I'll be on a little bit of an extended vacation. But as I get back to see you there in early June, until that time, as I tell you always, keep an eye to the sky, because you'll always have something fun to look at.